Stepping outside the world of squadron signal yet again. This review is from the Schiffer Military Aviation History Series, and this is the North American XB-70 Valkyrie. Valkyrie? Not sure how that's actually pronounced after all these years, although I did like the movie with Tom Cruise. This is the airplane that I saw at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio, June of 1972. And I stood beside it as a little kid and was hooked on raw power aviation, done American style from that moment on. So, love this book, love this plane. Let's get into it. This is a great picture book, again, from Schiffer Military Aviation History line. You can see the credits here. The authors are John Campbell and Gary Pape. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. And then into the pages. Copyright 1996 from at Glen, Pennsylvania. Schiffer Military Aviation History. And there's the concept of the XB-70. This is a Mach 3 80,000 foot airplane. You can see the lines here, very distinctive. The forerunner of what became the Concorde. The Americans were putting out also research on a supersonic transport, an SST, and the XB-70 was kind of the forerunner of that, seeing how it was done. And looking through these pictures and the photo essays, you can see the lines. You can see how tall this airplane was sitting on the ground. Gigantic landing gear that was extremely lengthy, and that was to give a lot of clearance for the giant intakes down below. Canards for directional control up near the cockpit. You can see the forerunner there of the Tupolev 144 as well with this, and great shots here. You can see the six-pack of the 6 General Electric. I think they were YJ93s. 20,000 pounds thrust each, Mach 3. So I don't know as much of the details about the engine setup and the way that it was able to sustain Mach 3, which it did in, I think, of June of 66, or May of 66, I think it was, May of 66. It was actually able to fly Mach 3 for over a half an hour, so it was doable. Of course, the SR-71 used adjustable inlet spikes on its huge continuous bleed engines, and I'm not sure what the XB-70 did to maintain fuel flow and keep up that speed with these 6 turbojet engines with full afterburner, but very impressive. Specification page, you can see here this line of books is not quite as detailed and is not quite as precise as Squadron Signal, but they do have all these specifications for the fuselage and the wings and the rudder, vertical tail, and things of that nature. So that was good. Here you can just see more shots of this incredible airplane. Great shot there. Oh, and the, I think it's B-58 Hustler as the chase plane. I mean, yeah, how can you not love that? How can you not love a B-58 Hustler chase planing the XB-70? Whew, love that plane too. Hopefully someday we'll be able to do a review. There's a lot of shots of the Valkyrie coming in and landing. It had, of course, the adjustable winglets on the outside. When they were flipped down, I think I might have missed that picture. When they were flipped down, it was supposed to create an aerodynamic cone underneath here where the air intakes would split the supersonic wind coming in, and it would get trapped under the wings with the other wings folded down, and it would aerodynamically contribute to the performance of the XB-70 at high speed, high altitude. So that was tested out. Those winglets did work. And then we're coming up on the darkest day in the XB-70 program. It's the day that the B-70 was on a photo shoot with some other aircraft that had General Electric engines in it, one of which was an F-104 Starfighter. And the F-104 Starfighter was over on the right side, the starboard side of the XB-70, flying off its wingtip, and suddenly a vortices, because they started to get too close together, a vortice from the B-70 hit the F-104, which flipped it up and over the back and top of the B-70 and knocked off both vertical stabilizers. As you can see right there, the F-104 is already a goner in flames and disintegrating, and the B-70 doesn't have long to live. As you can see in this picture right here, it's already flipping out of control, really in its death throes, and then desert floor impact. So again, only 2 built. That one crashed. So there is 1 left. And I believe that out of the 2 crew, 1 did survive and 1 was killed. Those test pilots are quite a breed that America produces. Now you see the back of the 6-pack and the intakes and the wheels, possibly a civilian version. Again, coming on for the supersonic transport program that we hoped. You see here the rear shot you saw before. But that's the XB-70 Valkyrie. These are great books in terms of just bare photos and bare information. Pages a little bit thicker than the Squadron Signal, but it's a good pickup and a great reference book, and I hope you enjoyed it.